whose responsibility then? Okay, so obviously you're going to hate something if you suck at it. We got, we're there. Whose responsibility is it? Is the sales or the salespeople? Are they supposed to sit around? I mean, is it on the dealer? It seems like there's just so many guilty parties, because I look at it as, why would the salesperson sit there and pass up a golden opportunity to build their own business within a business without half the risk or investment that most entrepreneurs have to make? And then why does the dealer or the principal or the management, who is they benefit off of a good salesperson's performance? The more their team sell, the more money everybody makes. So, like, why it doesn't?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've been doing this 30 years. I've been doing this long enough to know that most dealers are not going to invest in their people. Okay, it's just not going to happen. They're willing to pay for the cars. They're willing to pay. They're willing to fund the facility at $18 million. They're willing to fund, $200,000 a month in advertising. Dude, they're just not investing in people. It's just not happening. They'll buy a piece of technology. They'll buy a big boat, a plane, another house, a third house, a fifth house.
Yeah.
You want me
and
to
that
send
media spend,
dude?
Spend. That was just.
Dude, you want me to spend some money on Robert Weissman? He ain't gonna even be here freaking 3 months from now. He gonna quit and start doing radio and some bullshit on iTunes. Okay, so why? So look, let's just assume that the dealer is not going to invest in his people. Okay, let's just assume that. By the way, it's not his job to do that. Okay, I mean, it'd be a smart thing to do. Even more criminal in this environment is the manager that doesn't invest in the people, because the manager's paycheck is dependent upon me more than the dealer. Okay, the dealer's already freaking on the line. All his money, everything is net worth. Dude, he's putting his balls out there every day, $3 million at a time, $7 million, $17 million, tying stores together, future warranties. He's pulling out the cash from a deal from 3 years in advance to fund another Chevrolet store. I mean, that's going to ask him to spend another $8 million to make it look pretty. But you got a manager sitting there, a general sales manager and a finance manager that don't spend anything, won't even buy their people a tie. To say, oh, my people suck. Of course they suck, dude. You knew that when you hired me. I'm 5 years old. I got a drug problem. You had to know I had a drug problem when I came in. During the interview, I'm... Excuse me a second, okay? I mean, look, my nostrils are all inflamed and red, right? I'm talking through my face. You're not paying attention? Okay? Like, I got a problem. What the hell am I at a car dealership for? This wasn't the first choice. So, and then you say, oh, he sucks. You hired me, okay? Now, so that manager who could make $175,000 a year rather than $140,000, he lost the dream. He's got a wife at home not pushing his ass anymore. His wife is saying
he hates his job too.
He hates his job. His wife's like, why you spend so much time at the dealership? Shit, I'm trying to buy you a new dress, bitch. I'm trying to take care of our freaking kids, one of which I'm not even sure is mine. Come on, man. Let's keep it real, okay? It's crazy.
So pretty much what we're getting at is, it's your responsibility, the individual.
Dude, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you blame. I need to get my game on. Okay, you can quit the car dealership. Yeah. You're going to go to another company, and you know what? You're going to have to sell something there, and then you're going to leave there, and you're going to be like, I'm going to start my own deal. Oh, that's going to suck too, dude. You just this kid Bergdahl. What's his name? Bergdahl.
Yeah.
The guy that they think he deserted the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
And everybody's all freaking out about it. Let me tell you something, man. There's people deserting their post every day in this country. Okay? People deserting their dreams. They desert their families. They desert their customers. They desert the place they work at. They desert by not following up. You got an appointment that doesn't show up and you desert the guy and make him wrong. There's desertion going on everywhere. There's treasonous acts all over America, and we're all pointing at one guy saying he deserted. Well, what about you? What about me?
So let me ask you this, Grant. Do you think half of it is, or what would you say percentage-wise is the group of this that maybe it's caused by a feeling of entitlement, like, hey, I came to work for you, you're supposed to be creating opportunities for me, versus the people that maybe are just down on it. They've had a series of bad luck or whatever you want to call it. Somebody's stolen their dreams. They don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Do you know what I'm getting at? I mean,
Yeah.
There's certain people that are going, hey, well, I work for you. You need to do this for me. There's other people that are just maybe down on themselves because they've had a string of just nothing happening or nothing going for them.
Yeah. I understand all those scenarios. I mean, there's bad things happening to people everywhere. I mean, there's some guy in India today that, his family won't see $2,300 all year, man. It's a family of 6, and they eat rice 3 times a day. I mean, there's all kind of hardships all over the world. There's some single mother somewhere. It's got 2 kids. Her husband, Robert Weissman, walked out. Left the 2 kids. The mom.
I was gonna say, do you have her number? You threw me in as the
okay. So let me ask you this. How does one? Are we saying, look, don't keep jumping around trying to find something that you're passionate about. Learn to become passionate about what you're doing.
Dude, I wouldn't even worry about the passion in the beginning, okay? Look, you got to get good at it. If you're going to keep getting beat in your game, you're not going to get passionate. I mean, getting passionate you got to get educated, right? I got to hey, man, maybe I need to read a book, man. Maybe I got to read something. Maybe I got to listen to something. It's like you're listening to something already. It's not like that's a new activity, okay? What are you listening to? Like people, no offense, but you're going to listen to this podcast. The podcast is out of sequence. So a guy leaves and thinks, oh, I'm getting training because I listened to this podcast with Grant Cardone. Dude, you're out of sequence. You need education, which is a sequence, right? You're getting dropped into webinars, podcasts, you're reading a blog here, a strategy over here. I mean, this is the other level of learning. The guy thinks he's deluded to thinking he's learning. He's just getting all this stuff thrown at him. He's going to this conference.
It's supplemental.
Yeah, dude. It's like, oh, wow, I'm going to get a little drop or drip today. But you need an educational pathway. They did a study of kids. These are 6-year-old kids watching. They put half of them in a room just watching a TV program that was educational, and then the other half in a room with toys and an education. Okay? Now, who do you think comprehended the most?
The toys.
It's probably the kids with the toys.
Yeah, well, it was the same, actually. It was exactly the same. The toys did not distract from the education, okay? Now, when they did it out of sequence, all of a sudden, everything plummeted, okay? It would be like...
Example of out of sequence.
Out of sequence would be like, you come to the dealership and I'm going to teach you how to sell a car. That's out of sequence, okay? Most trainers teach out of sequence. Let's teach somebody how to sell a car. You missed a small step. What is selling? What is selling anything? Why am I talking about selling a car? Dude, I hate sales, okay? I'm sitting there thinking, I don't want to be a salesman. Teach me how to sell a car. It's out of sequence, right? Or I'm going to teach a guy about the product, and I haven't taught somebody about a person. So that's out sequence too, right? I'm going to teach him the steps to the sale as opposed to, hey, let me just teach a guy how to what we're doing here. What is the mission of this company? So it's like out of sequence, right? I'm going to teach a guy chemistry, but I haven't taught him basic science yet.
I get what you're saying.
So that's why, I've been blamed, and it's probably true that, my seminars, one of my seminars, information assisted selling that I used to do years ago that really got me known. It was a very much out sequence seminar. It was out sequence. It was extremely advanced, okay? Because, and what happened, and I've never actually said this on podcast. Have we started yet? Okay. And so I've never said this in any kind of interview, but that seminar was out sequence because the seminar was actually made for dealers. To get the dealer, this was 20 years ago, and I was talking at that time about the information age. And I was basically predicting the future and saying, look, you're going to go to price, payments, down payments, and figures on the trade-in. You need to offer that verbally on the phone. You need to offer a point of contact. When I say today, everybody nods their head. 20 years ago, they were like, no, dude. Hey, get him out of here. Well, that presentation, I got my share of the business, but that presentation was created for dealers to get the attention of dealers. But the only way I could sell it was to go to towns all across America and bring the circus to town, right? P.T. Barnum's coming to town. Got an elephant. Okay, got a big elephant. Takes a big dump. Okay, and so we would go to town, and then who are we going to invite to the seminar? Anybody that would buy a ticket, dude. Okay, so I got a salesman with 3 days in there, 3 months in there, 3 years. People are like, we got some new people here. Dude, there's people in this room with 27 years. What they're about to get is a lot of new. And so it was out sequence, right? So that's why people walked away and said, Cardone's really complicated. You know, I got to go do Joe because Joe's simple.
So does that mean that no matter previous experience, all that kind of stuff, this sequence always starts from square one?
Yeah, I mean,
so say
totally.
you bring in a guy that's had 27 years of sales experience in the car business. No, it's like, you're working at my dealership now. We're starting you from the beginning here, and you need to understand all of this before we put you on the floor.
What is our mission? You know, what is our mission? Okay, what is sales? Because he might be coming from an environment where sales is talking somebody into something they don't want. Or maybe he left an environment where sales, I heard about this recently. I actually went to Dealer Elite the other day. I peeked in over there just to see what how many people weren't looking at it. And I tell Saraceno all the time, I'm like, Chris, man, look, I'll drop something on there, bro. But I mean, you got to get some viewership, bro. I can't look at one of my videos and see 7 people looked at it. It freaking kills me. Okay, it just kills me. I got a big ego, bro. So David Lewis wrote this article about, the trial close is dead and we shouldn't ask for the trial close and it's a really taboo thing. And I'm like, what are we talking about here, dude? Okay. I can't ask somebody if I'm on the right car. But that's me, right? Now, another group might, that guy was influenced by that article maybe. You need to make sure when you're bringing him in, how do you sell cars there? Do you want a trial close asked? I mean, do you want a customer even greeted? Some people are under the belief that you just leave the customer alone today and they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm done, let's do it. Or maybe they're gonna have a website and everybody's just gonna buy off the website. I don't know. I don't see that happening a lot. I just bought a big watch, man. I mean, it's monster big, right? But I still needed somebody involved.
Yeah. So, but where do they take? So I never thought of it like that. That you come in and you have so many people, like especially in the car business, that people tend to just work at many, have worked at and work at many different dealers, many different stores. So they come to a place like they carry all their bad habits with them, and you go to a place and then there's no like, well, we do it like this here. You did it like that there. It's just so there's, I'm thinking back, there's not a lot of explanation in my experiences in there. So like, what's the solution? You know what I mean? Like, what's the solution? How do we make it a glory? Like, how do I make it that like my kids or kids in school are going to be like, when they're talking about what they're going to be when they grow up, they mention, yeah, I want to work, I want to sell cars. I want to sell Lamborghinis. I want to sell Ferraris, whatever. Like what needs to happen?
What would be wrong with that individual? Yeah. Let's keep it real, dude. I know car dealers that don't want to do it anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but there's
I know general managers that are calling me saying, dude, I got to get out of this deal.
Well, exactly. But that's in any work.
But I know people in the oil industry that want to get out of the oil industry, I know actors that want to be comedians and comedians that want to be musicians and musicians that want to be actors. I mean, so what, I don't think it's about making people.
So are we saying, are we saying, well, if that's the case, get out of it and make room for people who do want to be here or who want a shot at it?
I don't even know why we're talking about the car dealership. I don't know why we're talking about automotive. That's what I told you when I came on this damn interview, Robert. I'm like, I really don't want to talk about the goddamn car dealership, okay? That's not the problem, dude. The problem is, where's the entrepreneurship? Where's the entrepreneurship? Where is the freaking American backbone? Where is the car dealership that quits selling Chevrolets and BMWs and starts saying, you know what? Dude, we make freaking animals here. We make husbands here. We make fathers here, okay? We make community leaders here. I cuss. It's one of the things people don't like about me. I cuss. Well, I like to cuss, okay? I got to tell you. I freaking like to cuss, and I like to tell people that I like to cuss, okay? But every other area of my life, dude, okay? I'm a great father. I'm a great husband. I'm a great employer. I do what I say. I show up. I do hard stuff, okay? I'll tell you the truth. People think, oh, Grant's all arrogant and Grant's this and Grant's all that. Dude, look, I blow my own horn, okay? I brag. I promote myself. You know why? Because I believe if I don't, it just won't happen. Who will if I don't? And if you're not going to blow your horn, okay, why have one? And if you're not going to tell the world how good you are, then why don't you go home? Because what are you doing? And I think the dealership really needs to quit talking about selling cars and making strong entrepreneurial people that have freaking monster incomes. That the dealership is proud that their 20 families all make way above middle class incomes. Wouldn't that be bragging rights?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, and you're touching on something that resonates with me. We just brought on a new team member, and the thing for him wasn't necessarily the paycheck. It wasn't the benefits. It was that there was an opportunity here to be part of a team. And I said a couple of things to him that I'm so passionate about, which is like, look, if I can't help facilitate you achieving your personal definition of success, then I'm failing as a team member, as a servant member to you.
Right.
And that's what closed it for him. And so you're saying, look, you want to love your job.
Yeah.
Well, there's more to it than just the job. It's I'm coming to a place every day that is enabling me, empowering me to become something bigger than I am right now.
Right. And I don't have people. I agree with that. And I don't have people that are selling a $78,000 car every day. We have a sales meeting here every morning. Every morning, dude. How's that a problem? Okay. In that sales meeting every day, the basic premise of that sales meeting every day is to resell everybody, including myself, on the good works that we do here. Where are we making a contribution? What has happened here? What have we done here to make community better, people better, planet Earth better? What are our success stories? So I'm selling my staff and me every day on me and what I'm doing here. I know car dealerships, they're going to make a lot more money than I'm going to make this year, some of them. And
with a smile.
Yeah, but they don't even have a sales meeting, dude. I mean, like, what are you talking about? I just got off the phone with the guy. The reason I had to push this back was I got off the phone with the guy that has 200 salespeople. I'm like, I want to show you a product that I just created. I'm a carpet planet Earth with it. I'm a carpet bomb all of America with it. I said, I want to give you a head start on the product. It's for car dealerships. And I showed it to him. And when I showed it to him, he's like, dude, you just answered a problem that 200 of my people have every freaking single day. Every time they wait on a customer, you just solved a problem. Now I can know 200 people will answer that question the same way. Just a little teaser there.